Hello again. Hey, everybody. It's Pastor Mark here. And the freezing cold, February the 10th, 2021, here in Nebraska. Got about 10 plus inches of snow on the ground in my backyard. Maybe a little more than that, I'm not sure. And it's been really cold the last couple of days, especially. But hello again. I hope you're all doing well on another Wednesday Bible study online. I hope you're tuning in. Some of you, it looks like, tune in at other times. Some of you tune in on Wednesday evening. I hope that you're blessed with these Bible studies. Today, I hope that this lesson reaches someone that's facing a big challenge, a big battle, a big bad monster, if you please, that's risen up against you, and it seems like you're just not going to be able to overcome it. Well, today we're going to look at 1 Samuel chapter 17, and I want to say this. This passage is about David facing Goliath, the giant. And when you read the chapter 17, 1 Samuel, if you read it from the beginning and just read it, listen to what it says. Look at the description of the giant. Sometimes it might be a little difficult depending on the translation of the Bible that you have, because we don't use cubits and spans to measure things today. We don't use shekels to weigh as a form of weight. We use pounds and ounces here in the United States, and we use inches and feet. But this giant is, depending on what your cubit is and the length of your span, upwards of 9 feet plus. So he's very tall. His coat of mail is like 125 pounds or something like that, depending on the formula that you find online to convert shekels to pounds and ounces. But bottom line, this guy was big. Not only is he big, he's a warrior. He's in an army in the time where you fought purely hand to hand. It was up close and personal. You could smell the breath of the person you were fighting with. It was tough. It was rotten. It was terrible. And the fact that he survived to adulthood at this age, whatever age he is a testament that this guy is skilled. He's not just big. He's agile. He's able to move. He's a killer. And he knows that he is. And he comes out there shouting at the armies of Israel with confidence. He's not challenging them to send their champion to him, thinking, oh boy, whoever they send is going to have a 50-50 chance to beat me. He doesn't think that, or he'd be standing back in the line waiting for it to start on its own. The battle, that is. No, he's out there thinking he's got it. He's bigger than anybody else. He's stronger than anybody else. And there's no one, he's confident, there's nobody on their side that's going to be able to beat him. That's why he's out there challenging them. It's confidence. Some of you may be facing some really challenging obstacles in your life. It might be health. It might be financial. It might be in a relationship. It might be in your job. It can be in school. It could be in anything. Some of you are facing some real challenges, and you're not really sure what to do, or if you're going to make it, or how it's going to turn out. This story, I hope that you look at it tonight and maybe going forward, not as just a story, but this really happened. And there's a method, there is a formula here for success for you to overcome, and that is with your faith. Now we find David. David is a young man. The Bible doesn't give us his exact age. I've heard people guess him at 12. I think that's a little bit too young. I don't believe that he was only 12 years old. He was probably more likely in his late teen years, based on when you look at his life as a king later, and the fact that the people were willing to follow him. He's also given Michal, Saul's daughter, after this battle, after his victory here that God gives him over Goliath. Oh, sorry for those of you that didn't know how it ended. Didn't mean to spoil that for you. Saul gives David his daughter, and he gives him great wealth for fighting and killing Goliath. So David's old enough to be married, and this is the beginning of the Lord bringing David to the forefront in the kingdom. Not just to sit on the throne, but he's preparing David for his future. So there's a lot going on here that David isn't aware of, that God was preparing him for. Now he tells Saul, when Saul says, hey, you're just a kid. You're a youth. You're not a warrior. You haven't been in the army. You haven't been fighting in the melee, in the fray. You haven't been down there where people are hacking each other to bits. Sorry to be gross about that, folks, but it's swords and axes and spears. It's rotten. It's rough. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be in the middle of that. It's not good. And David hasn't been in that situation, and Saul is concerned about his welfare. So he says, here, take my armor, and you go in my armor. Well, that's the best he can do. But David, although he tries it on, he's clumsy in it. It doesn't fit him right. He uses the King James version of the Bible uses this phrase. David says, I have not proved this. What does that mean in our modern vernacular? I haven't practiced in this. I haven't even tried this out. I can't go out there